These are Vicky's pictures at the restaurant. Notice the empty glasses, or almost empty glasses, of water and tea. Caught Ellen sleeping. And Robert. So heading out to Mesa Verde. Al's already in line, ready to roll. I thought it was going to be $10 per person, so we still came out better than some of us did. Well, all of us did. We're going up Mesa Verde. Town of Moncas down there. Pretty. Through here. Look, reminds you of So Tall Overlook at Big Bend that last day.
Yeah.
The wind was blowing.
Yeah.
Woo! The one woman it started blowing. It was blowing this way out, coming up this way like that. Out. The woman got out of her car and she started blowing that way. She just sat down. Best thing she could have done, I think. Y'all did good.
They like it, Debbie.
Is it different, isn't it?
It wasn't too bad. I don't know about going back down.
Now that tunnel, you won't
Oh, I couldn't look
be
at the
wearing
scenery.
Huh?
Oh, I couldn't look at
be
any
wearing
scenery.
I thought I'd put mine back on.
You couldn't
I said, man, I can't see anything. I must have put my sunglasses
I
back
got
on.
halfway through that
No,
tunnel
no, no.
before I
I didn't
adjusted.
dare take my
Yeah.
eyes off the road.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I give you a copy of it.
I'm
I
always
should
looking behind.
have turned my lights on bright, but I didn't. I had the video camera going.
See where you've been.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I couldn't turn.
both ways. It's
Yes.
Yeah, I videoed it through the
Look
tunnel.
at that
Should
mud
have got your
coming
wife
down
there. Where you see where she.
Bunch of them. Wild horses. They're all alike. About a dozen of them.
Looks like more than that.
You see the wild horses up there? Up here? Yeah. The horses. There were some right down there.
That's all three on the left.
Yeah.
Were you feeling her? What, did she shake?
Yeah. She moved me around.
You doing all right, Nelda?
I
Nervous
no,
wreck?
watching Vicky. That's what
Watching Vicky stand up.
Oh, really? Was she standing up?
Going
Getting
around
pictures?
curves and everything.
Yep.
You nut. I feel sorry for Robert having to keep you from falling off.
Robert was leaning over like this.
I don't know why you were doing that. It wasn't because of me.
It was to offset your.
Trying to film,
I
not
got
through
it.
the windshield.
Oh,
And see, that's
oh.
why I've been moving back and forth, because I was recording and then I was
Oh,
taking pictures.
Nobody's driving.
while they run off the mountain.
Yeah, at least
Farview.
watch it.
So where are we going? Now we
We're gonna go over there to the visitor center, I guess. We'll settle up later at lunch or something when we have time to mess with it.
Is it 15 or 16? Well, I
Y'all
meant,
are
huh?
15.
23. Get in here.
We're eating lunch in the cafe here.
On there.
Whoops, you almost threw that over.
I like to rip it open. I can hardly get mine open. Can we get my knife out?
Get your picture. Whoa, real close. Farview Terrace, gift shop and cafe.
We used to catch those.
They were everywhere when we were growing up.
I figured the finance wife would know.
Don't hardly see them on the coast.
I think this is Navajo Canyon, and there's some cliff dwellings back around there somewhere. Low fuel light on? Huh? No?
No.
Well, you can just put it in neutral and coast down. I'm just teasing, don't do it.
I haven't been using my gas anyway. I've just been coasting and hitting the brake.
Yeah. I wish there was somebody standing down there so we could really get an idea of how high we are.
Can't find a hiker?
Yes. I saw that. Yes, I saw that.
At first, on the ground, it looked like sand.
Yeah.
One point. Yonder, there, there. Several different ones here. Yeah. That was pretty elaborate over yonder. He's walking towards me, but he's getting further away. Elvis was sitting up there.
Show me a video. I didn't bring my glasses. I can't see nothing.
I'm videoing everything. This is a Baptist. No, this is Methodist.
Pardon? What'd you say?
These are, she said the families worship separately, individually. So there's like 3 of these, 3 or 4 of these. And there's one down underneath here. These originally had like a wood roof over them.
A wood roof.
Over these holes here. And these originally, your lens cap is still on. Works a lot
Push
better
it.
without the lens
Push
cap.
it.
I thought I did turn it.
No, you gotta, yeah, push that
Oh,
Twist.
pull, oh,
till it goes to power.
okay. Then just push this.
Right.
Sun, you can't hardly see the screen.
Okay, Nelda, this is where they had church.
Yeah,
Do
they're
some
called
more
kivas.
narrating.
They're the kivas. And they had a fire pit in the middle, and all these holes were for air and heat circulation. They had a roof over each one of these kivas, or worship centers, and the heat would radiate back in there, and the cool air would come out of there. So in the back there's a little plaza there where there's no buildings. It's just an open area for kids and stuff to play in. And it goes
Wonder
back,
what these little corner,
little porches, balconies.
and then each one of these served as a home for each family, right?
Probably. And all these were walled off mostly. And all the way up to the rock, right down there. See how it goes all the way up to the rock and sealed off. It was pretty, insulated pretty well.
There you go over there. And you could even go in. I
No.
mean, down.
Oh, you can go down there. Yeah. If you can get in there. I was afraid I couldn't get out. Some of them had real small holes in the pueblos.
You want to take a picture?
That if, mainly if a wife got too big, she couldn't come out until she lost weight, and then she could get out.
Just go down without,
You want to go down?
That's one way.
I guess you don't have to wait for it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm not going down. I should have told him there was a line.
You through with this ladder? What's it like down there?
Like, so they go through a tour or something and then, oh.
It just only holds so many people.
Oh, sorry. He didn't know that.
He's a newcomer. He just walked in. on down to back to Farmington and stopped at the K-Bob at 2800 East Main and had a good steak and potatoes and stuff. But they had big longhorn steer mounted above the American flag there on the wall, sort of looking down on our table. A little closer view of him. The day we rode up to Durango and on up to Silverton, Ouray on the $1 Million Highway, and then around to Telluride. This picture was of the pool. I think the way the sun is shining, that this picture was actually taken Wednesday morning, not Tuesday night. We were going up Highway 550 back towards Durango, and we started seeing the mountains with the snow-capped tops on them up around Durango. And just as never fails, just as you're about ready to take this great picture, a car passes in front of you. And another car. So, when all else fails, take a picture of yourself. So Tony did that again. Anyway, we made our way on to Durango, stopped and got gas there at the, I believe it was a Shell station right there that we had gassed up the previous afternoon. While we were there, this is where we first met Vince and Frank Chirico, the two brothers from Pennsylvania that were on rented Harleys and were going up the $1 Million Highway the same way that we were planning to go. In front of us, Pennsylvania. Silverton 45, we raised 66. Just north of Durango, 5 or 10 miles, we crossed the railroad tracks. Just as we did, the train, the steam engine train, narrow gauge from just north of Durango, 5 or 10 miles, we crossed the railroad tracks. Just as we did, the train, the steam engine train, narrow gauge from Durango, Silverton, went under there, so we pulled off, and I needed to switch out some tapes and the tape in my video camera. And this is where my video camera really started messing up, but we did get some good still pictures here. I got a couple of them. You can see the valley across the way there. I got a close-up of it. Tony also took some pictures at this same bridge where the train went underneath there. You could see it and hear it puffing its way on up the track. So Tony got some pretty good pictures here. Went on up the road, making our way to Silverton.
Mile marker number 50. Continually climbing. Ski resort area. Still some snow on the mountains. Here we are, we pulled over at Molas Pass, a little over 10,000 feet elevation, and it's a very scenic area. I'm pointing at a little lake that's right out there beside those the bushes there, and then the snow-capped mountains are just all around. Here we are over at the restroom area and the official overlook that overlooks Molas Lake and Molas Campground down below. There you have a view of Phillip and two lakes, one small one close by and the Molas Lake down half a mile or a mile away. Very pretty. And was taking a lot of digital pictures because my video camera wasn't doing any good at all. This was so pretty here, this little lake and snow-covered mountains right up on top of the pass. This is still at Molas Pass. Still pretty cool. Phillip sort of stretching the kinks out of his back, it looks like. Tony spotted the restroom over the hill there, so she took out for a walk. And Al and I are taking our pictures in the mirror on Al's bike. There goes Tony on a mission. And here, this is Vince Chirico. This is Frank, his brother. Frank's rented Harley back there. Don't know if that's a street glide or just an ultra classic standard. Doesn't. I think it has a box on it, so it could be an ultra classic, not an ultra classic, just a electric glide standard. Anyway, they were having a time of their life, really enjoying themselves, but trying to be careful. I don't know what to say. Here we are down at the overlook, climbing up the back way over the rocks and stuff to the overlook. instead of following the sidewalk all the way around. Robert was videoing. Luckily his video camera was working since mine wasn't. And there's Mullis Lake down below in the campground. Some of the scenery around. I took several pictures just rotating around. I was going to try to put them all together, but I didn't do a good enough job of overlapping. It's hard to tell with these cameras. And I didn't have a tripod. There we are on top of the little hill. Bola's past 12,044 feet or 94 feet or something like that. $10,899. I didn't think it was over 12,000 feet. $10,899. Tony was able to take some pretty good pictures on down the mountain from Mullis Pass to Silverton from the back seat of the Phillips motorcycle. The mountainside of the roadway. There's our first glimpse of Silverton down below. Our second glimpse of it coming around this curve, and we're going to stop right here at this pull off and take some serious pictures. There's another view. I believe that's from the rolling bike, it looks like. And there we are, stopped. Al checking out the scenery. You can see the Animas River is really muddy. It's normally just crystal clear, but with all the runoff and stuff, it's picked up some mud. These are my pictures from the Silverton overlook. Quite a view. You can see the train tracks coming along through the riverbed, following on into town. There's a train pulled off there. Anyway, the train comes down here and pulls right down in town. Lets off all the passengers and they go eat and shop, catch a bus, or they pick up passengers that have ridden the bus up to Silverton to ride the train back. There's a closer view. You can see the trains and the courthouse. We'll get a picture of that a little bit later, and the Handlebars restaurant's right along in there somewhere. The train pulls in the track right there. Here you get a pretty good view of how high the river is. It's just a few feet below the railroad tracks, and I don't think it's very deep normally anywhere right along there. Yeah, we went on into town, and we had eaten at this in Silverton at this Handlebars restaurant where everybody's supposed to have a mustache. So I was giving Tony a hard time about that she either couldn't go in or she had to grow a mustache or stick one on to get in. And they had their host at the door was this wooden cowboy miner with his handlebar. And they had all kinds of memorabilia and signs all over the place. Some of them pretty humorous, like one of the signs said, if you can enter free or get a free meal when if you're over 80 and accompanied by parents, and it says no urns accepted. And there's Al outside after lunch. There's a picture of the courthouse. And a picture or two of the train that had, just as we finished eating lunch, it came into town. You hear it chugging along and the whistle blowing, and the people, you can see some of them way down here at the end of the street, still making their way to the downtown area. There's another type of train car. Tony took some pictures too of the inside of the Handlebars restaurant, and there's the sign that says $5 charge for whining, and there's Smokey the Bear with his cigarette in his mouth, and all these pictures of all the different people's handlebar mustaches on all kinds of other stuff. There was our waiter. I think Robert and I got the buffalo burger. Was very lean but very good. Everybody's meal was very good. Some more of the oddball stuff up there. And here we are leaving, riding down by the train. You see the people as we're making our way down the train. We go. Number 486. There's the bus driver. Probably just brought a load of people up to catch the train, and everybody's waiting on the bus until he tells them it's time to go to get on the train. And there's the engineer checking out the train. And we're going on up 550 towards Red Mountain Pass and Ouray. Snow all the way down to the side of the roads, roadsides. And we go over Red Mountain Pass, and then we start descending down towards the old abandoned mine and Ouray. And the road really gets snaky, as you can see this sign, 15-mile-an-hour turn. And they're nice and wide, but they are crooked. And we were meeting 18-wheelers along here too. Hardly any straightaways on this one section. It's just you go out of one curve into another. We stopped at the Red Mountain mine pull off there. Had a bunch of kiosks there with history and pictures. Then we went on down the road a little ways, and we came to where Vince and Frank had ran off the road with his Harley Electric Glide and crashed, went down about 75 feet, probably 50 to 75 feet. Luckily was able to walk away from it with just a cut and a couple of broken vertebrae, and he walked back up this trail back up to the highway. But you can see his rental bike is probably totaled. At least the left side is, and pretty bad. He was so lucky that it wasn't fatal or a lot worse than it was. There's another view looking straight down from the roadway, and you can see just how steep this embankment is, and he had come from this direction down, as you can see. There's another view. You can see the skid marks right here by Philip's feet, and Vince said he just went horizontal, flying through the air. He saw him through his rearview mirror. Frank and the motorcycle were both just flying through the air. Frank took some pretty hard hits going down and cut his leg, broke 2 vertebrae, busted his helmet up in the back, but luckily his protective jacket and the helmet probably saved his life. Philip was checking on him, talking to him, making sure he's okay. He was just taking it easy, but he was talking to everybody and seemed okay. In fact, in a little bit, he came walking up, stood up there with us, was talking. You can see his helmet and his gear and stuff right there, his clothes and stuff. One lucky man to be alive and to live to tell about that. And then we went on down 550 towards Ouray, and it got to be pretty interesting. Crooked as it could be, and drop-offs and canyon walls on both sides, and a little bit of construction along the way for good measure. Waterfalls on each side. Here's the construction area. There's a waterfall coming from way up the mountainside all the way down to beside our road. You can see the aspen trees on the hillside, mountainside. And the roadway just sort of hugs the mountain side.